Hi, everybody. I'm Alane, Freund, and I'm a family therapist in Northern California. And I'm here with my buddy.
I'm Sage Lewis, and I'm a certified life coach, and I live in Prescott, Arizona.
And we have been friends for many years, and we've both been married for many years, and we're both highly sensitive women. And so in our conversations, we share, our experience, strength, and hope, and also our pitfalls and challenges. And it's so helpful to have a friend like that, someone to talk to. Thank you, Sage.
Yeah, you're welcome. It is helpful, and it feels necessary to have a place to go to be able to talk about sensitivities with
Right.
somebody that understands and can and is navigating the same uh, beautiful difficulties.
Right. And, as a highly sensitive person, I tend to think overly about everything and worry about everything and have strong emotions about everything and often end up over aroused or overwhelmed. And I work with so many families, parents and couples and youth as well. But I hear all the time that marriage is so hard and they're not even sure. Highly sensitive people seem like they're not even sure if they can be married. And, that's real. It takes work, just like parenting, right?
Absolutely, and it feels like it takes constant work, and it takes constant inner work to be able to reduce the stress, whatever the stress is. I remember my husband one day saying the definition of success is being stress free. And I really love that. And I think as a highly sensitive woman, that's my that's my work is how am I navigating my spiritual practices so that I can stay as grounded, as calm, as kind and loving as possible no matter what's going on. Some days I do well, some days I don't.
Exactly. And that they don't call it a practice for no reason, right? We
That's
just
right.
we just keep pushing, pushing away at it. So, Sage, you said something to me a while ago that really reminded me of an old tool, but it really woke me up, reawakened me to this thing. And you said, I realized that it's not fair to expect James to know what I want if I don't tell him. Can you tell me a little bit about where that came from?
I honestly don't know for sure where it came from, other than from inside of me and
Right.
noticing my own expectations. So it wasn't coming, I don't think it came from someplace outside of me. It came from an awareness that in any relationship, when we are forced to guess, most likely we're going to miss the mark. And that place of thinking, assuming, I thought you wanted this, and then all that's where all the hurt feelings can come. And so I think what was happening in that phrase that I shared with you was I was noticing that it's very hard to not only expect those things because I'm constantly disappointed if I'm expecting my husband to be a certain person and I've not told him what I'm needing from him. And it's hard for him too because he doesn't know. So he's shooting all these arrows in there. He's thinking he's hitting a bullseye, and it's like, nope, you just hit the hay bale next to the bullseye.
Right. And your eyes are rolling or
That is so not what I wanted.
oh, and it's so disappointing because we know that good partnering means that we do often need to move toward our partner. But we need to do it with authenticity. So I always say move forward when you can and move into yourself when you can't, until you've come to a place. So you remind me when you said that very day, I was reminded of this exercise. I hadn't used it in my work or my marriage in a long time, which is to make a list of things that are easy that you love. And so I revamped this exercise and I named it, these are a few of my favorite things. And so what the exercise is you ask your partner to write down a few, ideally 7 things that they would love. And they often, the best things are the small things. So, I give an example of making coffee in the morning. And, or, in my family, it might be feeding the dog and the cat. Because when we wake up in the morning, that's like, feed me, feed me, feed me. So someone has to get out of bed and go out into the cold and do all of that. So those things really mean, and for my partner, one of the things is keep one of the 2 kitchen sinks empty. Wow, that's easy,
It is
right?
easy.
But if you're not paying attention, like I like to soak dishes before I wash them. So it's easy to also have dishes in both sinks because I like to do the dishes in the morning. So there's such an easy thing. And if both partners can do it, when I work with couples, I have both people make that list and tape it to the fridge. And it's no expectation that you will do it.
Right.
It's just that if you want some ideas, some easy things that you can do to move toward me, here they are. So I would love to hear, do you have a couple of favorite things that you could put on your list?
The first thing was smiling. I was noticing that yes, there's a task list of like, what can my husband do? Like he's great at he's great at sweeping the floor or cleaning the bathroom, just doing that all by himself without ever being asked, which is amazing. And then there's the being stuff. So there's the doing and the tasks, and there's the being. For me, it's asking how I am. So
Mhm.
I go to the heart of, how about a smile? Even if there's no words that go with the smile, just a smile, holding my hand, asking how I'm doing, um, sitting with our dog and just petting our dog, drawing a bath, um, being self-directed. In other words, drawing a bath without me asking him to draw a bath.
Right.
So there
Oh,
is that piece of like, after 14 years, there's a lot we already do know about each other. So
yeah.
inertia, having that inertia.
I mean, and it helps to pull those things back out of the mothballs and write them down and just be
Mhm.
really clear about them. It can be so helpful. So I love the Imago dialogue work with Harville Hendrix and Helen Hunt. And he talks about how he watches, I think, Star Trek. And they stumbled upon that when she makes popcorn and brings it into him while he's watching Star Trek in the evening, he feels so loved. So they can be so simple. And I love a smile. And, even saying things in a certain way can feel so good.
Absolutely. One thing my husband does that he knows I love, when I'm teaching a class and I go on a break and I walk into the house, he'll often have a plate of food, little
Mm.
snacks set out, but they're usually in a smiley face.
Oh, that's precious.
And
I
he
love
just knows that that's not something I say, honey, could you please make me some snacks and put them in the smiley face? He just knows that about me.
it. Right.
And
Right.
things like that really touch my heart. So I love the idea of having a list and putting it on the refrigerator as something to defer to, too, because I think in our relationship, I know for my husband, it would help him so much if he knew exactly what was on the list, and then he could be feeling more successful rather
Right.
than,
I mean, successful relationships require us moving toward our partner, even when things are hard. So let's make it easy. Okay, so if you are seeing this video somewhere on social media, if you wouldn't mind, throw in the comments, what are a few of your favorite things? Or have you tried this with your partner? How did it work? Thanks for being here. It's so good to talk to you, Sage. And I love supporting highly sensitive people in their marriages with you.